Imagine walking through an ancient jungle, moss creeping over stone walls, vines choking temples long forgotten. You blow away centuries of dust, and beneath your fingers is a carving in a language no one reads anymore. A civilization that once ruled, created, and thrived, now erased, almost erased from every map, every textbook, every memory. They called it the lost civilization, the one that history didn't want you to remember. This is the story of their rise, their fall, and the secrets that survived the silence. Stay with me, because what you will discover might change how you see the past, and what shadows it still casts over our world. Long before modern nations, before Rome, before dynasties, there were societies that reached astonishing heights and then vanished without a clear trace. Think of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, massive stone pillars carved before farming even existed, or Sumer in Mesopotamia, advanced city-states with writing, law, trade, or the Indus Valley civilization, with grid cities and drainage systems, yet nobody knows exactly how their political structure worked or what brought them down. Scholars call these lost civilizations because their stories are fragmented, torn between archaeological clues, myths, and silent gaps, yet their influence echoes. Imagine a time when humans built megaliths so precisely that modern engineers scratch their heads, when trade routes spanned continents, when symbolic writing conveyed ideas we still debate. But then, something happened. A war, climate change, plague, or internal collapse, or all of them. The collapse scattered their people. Temples fell, scripts vanished, yet they left clues, ruins hidden in jungles, stone tablets half buried, astronomical alignments in their architecture. When we piece them together, we glimpse a world that challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient and primitive. The lost civilization is not just a fairy tale. It is the shadow behind our own past. Some ruins scream history, some whisper it. Take the stone complex of Machu Picchu, perched above the clouds in Peru. Spanish conquistadors never found it. It survived centuries untouched until rediscovered in the 20th century. Why was it hidden? What stories died with it? Or Angkor Wat in Cambodia, once a capital of a Khmer empire, lost to jungle growth, rediscovered centuries later. The water systems, the scale, the magnitude, they hint at mastery of engineering, religion, politics. Then there are even older mysteries, Göbekli Tepe, over 12,000 years old, carved by people we believed were still hunter-gatherers. How did they transport massive stone pillars? What belief or ritual drove them? And the Nazca lines in Peru, enormous. Ground drawings of animals and symbols only fully visible from sky. What tools did they use? What beliefs demanded that scale? Everywhere we look, nature tries to erase them. Time, vegetation, earthquakes. But those civilizations built intentionally to defy time. Their ruins align with stars, with sunrises, with seasonal floods. Their temples echo cosmic designs. When Western explorers first saw them, they couldn't explain them. They called them lost cities, forbidden temples, hidden worlds. Legends rose. Lost tribes, fallen gods, civilizations older than the Bible. And those legends made it easy to dismiss them, mystical exception rather than part of human legacy. But what if they weren't exceptions? What if they were the real norm? And what we know is just a small surviving slice. Some secrets don't hide in plain sight. They hide underground, literally, deep beneath deserts, jungles, and even modern cities. Archaeologists have found layers of forgotten worlds. Each layer tells a story, a fire, a flood, a collapse, and then silence. In Turkey, under the small town of Derinkuyu, lies an underground city stretching 8 levels deep, carved entirely by hand from volcanic rock, with air shafts, kitchens, and even churches. It could shelter up to 20,000 people. But here's the mystery: no one knows who built it. Some say it was created by early Christians escaping persecution. Others say it's far older, built by a civilization that had to flee something. Maybe war, maybe catastrophe, maybe something else. Then there's Yonaguni off the coast of Japan. Beneath the waves lie massive stone terraces and carved steps. Some claim it's natural rock. Others insist it's the ruins of an ancient city swallowed by the sea thousands of years ago. If that's true, then it means advanced civilization existed before the last ice age ended. Everywhere we dig, we find more we can't explain. Ancient tools. Inside rock layers millions of years old, carvings of extinct animals, and myths that echo across continents. It's as if fragments of one great story were scattered, each culture holding a small piece of what once was. And maybe that's exactly what happened. Civilizations don't just vanish. They are erased by nature, by war, or by intention. History, after all, is written by the survivors. When the Roman Empire fell, its knowledge didn't disappear overnight. It was hidden, burned, or stolen. The same happened to the Mayans, the Indus Valley, and even to great African kingdoms like Timbuktu, whose libraries once held over 700,000 manuscripts of science and astronomy. But there's another pattern. Whenever knowledge grows too powerful or too different, it's labeled as heresy, forbidden, dangerous. Ancient scholars who studied stars were called sorcerers. Builders who aligned temples with celestial precision were accused of worshipping false gods. And slowly, piece by piece, knowledge was buried, sometimes under dust, sometimes under fear. Religions changed. Kingdoms rose. The world rewrote itself. And the people who knew the truth of the old civilizations, those who carried the memory, either went silent or disappeared. It's as if humanity pressed the reset button on purpose. But what if some people never forgot? Legends from around the world speak of secret orders and brotherhoods, keepers of ancient wisdom. From the Egyptian priests of Thoth, to the Maya astronomers, to the mystics of the East, they all claimed to guard knowledge from a civilization before history began. Even Plato's story of Atlantis wasn't a myth. According to him, it was a memory, a warning. He said Atlantis was a powerful civilization that existed 9,000 years before his time, destroyed in a single day and night of misfortune. Archaeologists dismiss it as a fable, but every few decades, discoveries emerge that make people wonder again. Massive ruins off Cuba's coast, city-like structures in the Sahara Desert, and flood layers matching ancient stories of global catastrophe. Could all these myths, Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, be echoes of the same event? A civilization so advanced it became a threat to the balance of power? And if so, who erased it? Here's where it gets interesting. Modern archaeology tends to fit everything into a linear timeline. Humans were hunters, then farmers, then builders, then inventors, then modern. But what if that line is wrong? What if human civilization is cyclical, rising, falling, and rising again over tens of thousands of years? Evidence of advanced tools, massive architecture, and global trade far older than textbooks allow suggest we've done this before, that we've risen to greatness, lost it, and had to start over. Ancient texts even hint at it. The Mayan Popol Vuh speaks of previous ages of humanity, destroyed by floods and fire. The Hindu Vedas describe cycles of creation and destruction lasting thousands of years. The Sumerian king list records rulers who lived for centuries before a great flood. And here's the thing. The deeper we dig, the older the structures get. Not newer, older. It's like someone intentionally covered the past with layers of dirt, time, and rewritten history. Let's talk about the human side of this. Imagine living in a time when your people built wonders, mapped the stars, cured diseases with plants, and then watching it all burn. Imagine your books taken, your language outlawed, your temples reduced to dust. That's what erasure looks like. The conqueror rewrites history. The next generation grows up believing their ancestors were savages. And soon no one remembers the truth. Even now in modern times, many ancient discoveries are dismissed as coincidences, anomalies, or mysteries we may never solve. But what if that's not ignorance? What if it's protection? What if some truths are kept hidden because knowing them would shatter everything we believe about where we came from and where we're going? Every civilization leaves echoes, some in stone, some in myth. When you listen closely, you start noticing patterns, the same symbols, appearing in different corners of the world. Spiral serpents, suns with wings, ancient Egypt, the Americas, Mesopotamia, all thousands of miles apart, yet using the same imagery. Coincidence, maybe. Or maybe they all came from a single source, a mother culture that once spread across the globe before the world broke apart. Oceanographers have even mapped sunken ridges that could have once been land bridges connecting continents before the last Ice Age floods. If a global civilization existed back then, its memory would have survived as myth. Atlantis, Eden, the Golden Age, all names for the same dream, the time when humanity was united by knowledge instead of divided by power. Here's the twist. Maybe the lost civilization isn't gone. Maybe it's awakening again through us. Think about it. Humanity is rediscovering forgotten technology, clean energy, architecture that imitates nature, knowledge of the stars, the healing power of plants. We're decoding languages long dead, mapping underwater ruins, and questioning the stories we've been told. It's almost as if the earth itself is whispering, "Remember who you were." Maybe we are the descendants of that forgotten civilization, reborn in a new cycle, struggling once again between creation and destruction. And the reason we're drawn to their ruins, their myths, their lost temples is because deep down we remember. History tried to erase them, but history can't erase the truth forever. The stones remember, the stars remember, and maybe so do we. Every ruin, every myth, every unanswered question is a reminder. Civilizations rise and fall, power shifts, empires fade, but truth finds a way back. So next time you look at an ancient temple or an unexplained artifact, ask yourself, who built this? What did they know that we've forgotten? And who doesn't want us to find out? Because maybe, just maybe, the lost civilization that history tried to erase was never lost at all.